Hey, so this is part 2 of the Q&A series from my Lucid Dreaming course. In this video, I'll discuss the therapeutic potential of dream work and certain techniques like imagery rehearsal for nightmares and lucid dream therapy. Whether you've struggled with nightmares yourself or you're just curious about how lucid dreaming can promote resilience and emotional healing, I cover it in this video. So let's dive in. Okay, let's move on to another question. Hey Jason, what is your perspective on the therapeutic potential of dreams for healing emotional trauma, stuckness, angst, and the like? Would you consider creating a course to express your understanding and experience? So that's a really interesting question. Here's my reply. Hey, I'd love to write a course focused more on dream work, including lucid dreaming for healing and resilience, etc. Hopefully I will have time to do something like that soon because it is one of the main reasons I've dedicated so much of my life to sleep and lucid dreaming in the first place. It is clear that dreams function to maintain or improve our mental health and well-being. And it's clear that cooperating with them and familiarizing with them is a healthy practice that can help us in many ways, including those that you've listed in your question. Emotional trauma, feeling stuck, feeling anxiety. There's immense therapeutic potential to explore in dream work. Lucid dreams especially are known to be powerfully cathartic. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, I'm more than happy to, and thanks for checking out my course and writing me here. So, I want to talk a little bit about this before we move on to the next question. This is something that I do study very closely. There are a few clearly beneficial therapeutic interventions for nightmares, including imagery rehearsal therapy and lucid dreaming therapy. So people who've gone through certain trauma or people who have PTSD tend to have very intense nightmares, whether it's a replaying of the traumatic event during a dream, or some of the nightmares aren't exact replay of the trauma, but they're just more dreamlike and more abstract and obscure, but nonetheless very emotionally intense. And these nightmares tend to happen very frequently, and it's debilitating. It's very, very difficult to live with these intense, horrifying dreams night after night after night for years. I'm very aware of how serious this problem is for so many people, and I'm actually working on publishing a scientific paper on exactly this topic, looking at the significance of dream-related symptoms on PTSD severity and sleep quality. So much more research needs to be done so we can better understand how to help people who have nightmares like this. But imagery rehearsal therapy shows a ton of promise because basically what you do in that form of therapy is, whether you're working with a therapist individually or you're in a group, you write down the dream that you want to have and you set your intentions on that new dream replacing the old dream. So it's called re-scripting. But it's essentially deliberately changing your dream. And by recognizing that you can change your dreams, that this is actually possible, that you can have the dreams that you want to have, and B, taking some actionable steps towards making that happen. In imagery rehearsal therapy, it's a matter of writing down the new dream you want to have and either changing the ending or just changing the entire dream in any way that you want to. And with lucid dreaming therapy, it's similar, but patients are taught that they can change their dream in real time. So they can essentially wake up during their dream, and if they happen to become lucid in a nightmare, well, that is their opportunity to change the dream in real time. Usually in nightmares, people don't know that they're dreaming. The terror and the fear is all very real. And intense emotions are experienced in lucid dreams. But the difference in lucid dreams is that you know you're dreaming. You know it's not real, and whatever the threat is that you're running from or afraid of, it's not a real threat. And so that gives you an opportunity because you know you're in a sort of mental model or you're in a simulated world. And it's a chance to start working with that aspect of your mind instead of continually running away from it. And so what that does and why this is so powerful is it changes the way that you relate with that past trauma. It doesn't change the facts, doesn't change what happened, but it changes the way that you conceptualize it, the way that you react to thinking about it or remembering it. It's a way to change the way you relate with your past. And it can help people work through that trauma and feel psychologically relieved from it. So if something really seriously awful happens in our life, we will dream about that. And the dreams will reflect the intensity of what happened. But as people recover from traumatic events, eventually they stop dreaming about the event. Eventually those nightmares do tend to go away, whether that's through therapeutic intervention or if it just happens on its own over time. You do eventually stop dreaming about this stuff. So if you can learn to tap into your dreams by lucid dreaming or by re-scripting your dreams in like an imagery rehearsal type of practice, that can help you get to the point where you stop having bad dreams faster than if you didn't even try at all. So thank you to this person for writing this question. This is one of the most fundamental, important reasons why I focus on dreams and sleep and lucid dreaming and mindfulness. I think if people just learn these practices and learn that these things are possible, it will be incredibly empowering, especially for people who have been through significant trauma or have anxiety or depression or are just generally struggling. If you can become more aware of the mechanics of the mind, you can learn what is creating this suffering in your mind, and you can work with it at a subconscious level, especially in lucid dreams, and change the machinery at that level so that it functions to produce more healthy and sustainable experiences. Because living with recurring nightmares and constant anxiety, it's just not sustainable and it's unnecessary. It's resolvable. There are many, many techniques to help improve many different symptoms of the like that we're talking about. So thanks for that question. All right, I'll post a lot more of these, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. If you want to just dive in and start lucid dreaming right away, the link to the app is in the description, as well as my coaching program. So check those out, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.